5 signs your ex will definitely come back after no contact. Don't miss these. So, you're wondering if your ex is coming back after no contact. Well, you're not alone. And the truth is, no contact is one of the most powerful tools you can use after a breakup. But why does it work? When a relationship ends, your brain goes through a kind of withdrawal. You're used to constant interaction, emotional highs, and connection with that person. Suddenly cutting off contact feels painful. But that space is necessary. No contact helps you heal and also gives them the time to feel your absence. Here's the wild part. Studies show up to 44% of people actually get back with an ex. And while not every reunion leads to a fairy tale ending, there are certain signs that tell you when your ex is seriously considering a return. In this video, I'll walk you through the 5 biggest signs your ex will definitely come back after no contact. These are backed by psychology, relationship research, and real-world patterns. If you're seeing even 1 or 2 of these, it might mean something big is coming. So don't skip. Let's dive into sign number 1. One of the clearest signs your ex might come back is simple. They reach out to you, you went no contact, you stuck to the plan, but then, ding, a message shows up. Maybe it's casual, hey, just checking in. Or even vague, did I leave my hoodie at your place? It seems small, but here's the deal. If your ex is breaking the silence, it means they're thinking about you, and it doesn't stop at texts. They might start liking your posts again, watching your stories within seconds, or even accidentally calling you. These are subtle, but intentional moves. If they're trying to start a conversation even over nothing, it's not random, it's emotional testing. They're checking the temperature, seeing if the door is still open. Here's what relationship coaches say. If the contact is consistent, if they keep initiating small interactions over time, it's a major sign. They may be scared to say, I miss you outright, but their actions are saying it for them. And don't overlook those late-night texts, especially the ones that come after a few drinks. Emotional honesty often slips out when someone's guard is down. If your ex sends a vulnerable or nostalgic message late at night, they're not over you. The key here is consistency. One message might be curiosity or guilt. But if they keep reaching out, even weeks later, it's a strong sign they're not done with your story. If your ex starts opening up about the past, and especially about regretting the breakup, this is a massive sign they're seriously considering coming back. It might be direct, I miss us, I've been thinking a lot about what we had, or even something like, I didn't really want things to end the way they did. That kind of emotional honesty doesn't come out of nowhere. It means they've been replaying the relationship in their head, and missing what they had. Sometimes it's more subtle. Maybe they send you a photo of a moment you shared, or they say, I watched that show we used to binge, it reminded me of you. These moments of nostalgia are windows into how they're feeling. An ex who's done doesn't bring up old memories. An ex who's still attached does. Also watch for remorse, not just about missing you, but about how they acted. If they start taking responsibility, saying things like, I should have handled that differently, or I was too quick to walk away, they're signaling that they're open to making things right. Breakups made in the heat of the moment often lead to regret, and when that regret shows up in their words or behavior, it's because deep down, they're imagining what it would be like to come back. Bottom line, if your ex starts revisiting the past in a positive or emotional way, they're not over it. In fact, they may be laying the groundwork for a return. Here's a big one. Jealousy. If your ex seems way too interested in your love life after the breakup, take note. That curiosity isn't just polite small talk, it's a sign they still feel emotionally attached. They might ask directly, so, are you seeing anyone these days? Or more passively, I saw that photo you posted. Who was that with you? These aren't innocent questions, they're driven by fear that someone else might take their place. You might also notice changes in their behavior online. Suddenly they're more active on your posts, or they start reacting to stories right after someone else does. That's not coincidence, that's insecurity. Sometimes they'll even try to make you jealous, posting pictures with someone new, bragging about how much fun they're having. But if they're watching your reaction closely, it's probably more about you than their so-called fun. The psychology behind this is simple. When people care, they compare. If your ex shows signs of jealousy, it means part of them still sees you as theirs. And jealousy often pushes people to act, especially if they feel like they're losing their chance. One last clue? If their friends start asking about your dating life, that's likely your ex fishing for info through someone else. In short, if they can't stand the idea of you moving on, they probably haven't moved on themselves. Sometimes your ex won't reach out directly, but they'll make sure they never really disappear. This is called orbiting, and it's a subtle, but intentional way of staying in your world. What does it look like? Well, they consistently view your stories. They like old posts. They pop up at events where they know you'll be. Or they somehow just happen to show up in places you frequent. Let's be honest. These aren't coincidences. They're calculated moves. Your ex might also stay in touch with your friends, or even your family. Maybe your best friend says, "Hey, your ex was asking about you the other day." That's not small talk. That's someone who's still emotionally invested, just not sure how to say it out loud, and if they haven't collected their stuff, or are dragging out excuses to meet in person, like needing to return your things months later, that's often a way to leave the door open. Here's the bottom line. People who are truly over you will distance themselves completely. But if your ex is still lingering in your space, online or in real life, they're leaving breadcrumbs for you to follow. They want to be seen, remembered, and maybe welcomed back. So don't ignore these passive signs. Sometimes the quietest moves are the loudest cries for connection. This sign is often overlooked, but it's one of the most powerful indicators your ex might come back. They haven't truly moved on. Maybe they haven't dated anyone since the breakup, or maybe they did jump into a rebound relationship, but it fizzled out quickly. That's because rebounds are often just distractions, emotional band-aids, and when the distraction fades, reality hits. They're still thinking about you. Even if they're with someone new, watch for signs of emotional attachment to the past. Do they still have pictures of you two on their social media? Do they keep things you gave them? Do mutual friends tell you they bring your name up? These aren't just habits, they're signs that they haven't fully let go. You might also hear that your ex is comparing others to you. "She's great, but she doesn't really get my humor like you did." That's not just a compliment, that's nostalgia talking, and it usually means they're realizing you were one of a kind. Here's the truth, when someone is emotionally done, they let go of people, memories, and patterns. But if your ex is stuck in that emotional limbo, holding on to remnants of your relationship, it's because part of them is still hoping for another chance. So if they haven't moved on, or if nothing serious has come after you, that's a strong sign their heart might still be with you. Okay, maybe you've seen the signs. Your ex is texting you again, acting jealous, reminiscing about old times, maybe even admitting they miss you, and naturally, your heart starts to hope. But before you jump back in, pause, because while getting your ex back can be exciting, it also comes with emotional risks that you need to be real about. First, remember this. The problems that caused the breakup don't just vanish. If communication was an issue before, or there were trust problems, or emotional immaturity, all of that will still be there unless you've both done real work on yourselves. Getting back together only makes sense if there's been growth, not just loneliness, not just jealousy, not just fear of being alone. Second, ask yourself, why do they want to come back? Is it because they genuinely miss you and regret their decision? Or is it because dating didn't go well, or they hate the idea of you moving on? The best reunions happen when both people return from a place of clarity, not desperation. Also, be prepared for the emotional roller coaster. Getting back with an ex can feel amazing at first, but then old insecurities creep in. What if we break up again? What if nothing has really changed? That anxiety is real, and if it's not addressed, it can sabotage the second chance. Bottom line, if you're thinking about taking your ex back, make sure it's for the right reasons, and that both of you are ready to do things differently this time. So, your ex is reaching out. The signs are there. You're thinking, maybe this is it. But here's the truth. How you respond matters just as much as their return. First, don't rush. You might be tempted to dive right back in, but take it slow. Start with a simple meetup. Keep it light. No heavy relationship talk at first. Just reconnect as people. Let the comfort rebuild naturally. Second, set boundaries. Now is the time to be clear about what you need moving forward. Maybe that's better communication. Maybe it's taking things slow. Maybe it's going to therapy together. Whatever it is, don't ignore the issues that caused the breakup. Speak up, calmly, confidently. Third, watch their actions, not just their words. Are they actually showing up differently this time? Do they listen better? Respect your space? Follow through on what they say? Real change shows up in behavior, not promises. Also, don't lose yourself in the process. Keep doing the things that made you grow during no contact. Stay connected with friends. Keep chasing your goals. You don't have to shrink to make space for someone coming back. If anything, They should respect and admire your growth, not expect you to revert. The best reunions happen when both people show up stronger than before. So if your ex is back, meet them with the new version of you, the one who knows their worth, and isn't afraid to walk away if old patterns return. No contact isn't just silence, it's transformation. It's the space where you heal, grow, and rebuild your sense of self. And ironically, that's often what makes your ex realize what they lost. We've covered the 5 major signs your ex will likely come back. They break the silence. They show regret. They get jealous. They stay in your orbit. And they haven't truly moved on. If you're seeing those signs, yes, a comeback might be on the horizon. But remember, getting your ex back is just step 1. Keeping them and creating a better, healthier relationship is what really matters. So whether they return or not, your focus should always come back to this: you, your growth, your peace, your future. Because the truth is, no contact doesn't just lead to reconciliation, it leads to clarity. Clarity about who you are, what you want, and what kind of love you truly deserve. If your ex comes back and both of you are ready to grow together, amazing. If not, you're already on the path to something even better. Either way, you win. Your feedback matters. Like, comment, and subscribe to keep the conversation going.